Bubbles of info. Bubbles of fun. Bubbles of music. Ever wonder why these people do the Macarena? Or who styles Tina's hair? Well, find out on VH1's Pop-Up Video. Fun-filled facts packed into your favorite videos. Only on VH1. Pop-Up Video. Pop-Up Video.
Understanding him is hard. Controlling him...
Promise me you'll stay right here?
...may be impossible. Oh my God! From the director of Wayne's World, Chris Farley, David Spade.
So what do you want to do today?
No! Black Sheep.
Promise me you'll stay in the car.
Free minutes was good.
5 free minutes was great.
But 10 minutes free with my psychic is even better. My psychic told me not to worry. So I went back to school and now I've got a great job. Now that's a true friend.
Talking about true friends, 10 minutes free is where it's at.
Now that's for me.
She knew that my boyfriend Donald was scared of commitment. But the advice she gave me turned the tables. And now he's begging me for attention.
Get 10 minutes free. Call 1-900-454-1143.
You asked for it, you got it! All new episodes of your favorite TV show. VH1's 8-track flashback. More classic hits from the 70s, sung by the original stars.
He walks in the treetop all day long. Bad, Leroy Brown.
VH1's 8-track flashback. It's a TV show. Only available on VH1.
No chance. Da-da-da-da-da-da. No chance in hell. What's going on, guys? I hope you guys are ready for Royal Rumble 1999 and the disgusting, gross prick who wins this thing. We are here. Happy Sunday to you. Classic watch-alongs are back. Continuing with Royal Rumbles, and tonight we're doing 1999 because 1999 was suggested a lot by you guys in some of the previous weeks that we've been doing Rumbles, so decided just to go ahead and do this one because it was a pretty good pay-per-view overall. We had a big historic match with, of course, The Rock and Mankind, and the Royal Rumble match itself was different, to say the least, than some of the Rumbles in previous years. And other than that, I'm not really sure what else is really on this card. So exactly, and there's a Beyond the Mat element to this too, as Fox Star Killer says. So this should be a fun one to look back and watch. I haven't really watched this show in a few years. 24 years old this show is, and this is incredible. Interestingly enough, this pay-per-view fell just 3 months before I went to the last WrestleMania that I've attended, WrestleMania 15. Have not been to a WrestleMania since, but that will change this year as I will be at 39 in LA. Looking forward to it, and this should be a fun Sunday of wrestling and hanging out. Now, we also have San Fran and Dallas playing right now, the Niners and the Cowgirls. 9-6 San Fran at the half, so we'll be eyeballing that and see who advances in the playoffs there. Cincinnati upset Buffalo in their own stadium right in front of poor Hamlin and that crowd. I rarely feel bad for hometown fans when they have to watch their team lose, but I definitely felt sympathy for them. But congrats to the Bengals. So those of you who have been watching football all day, hopefully you can at least take a break or pull double duty, have one eye on the game and one eye on me and one eye on the Rumble, which means you need 3 of those. You need 3 eyes. Intelligence, integrity, and intensity. Got to have them all if you want to watch everything going on here. So I'll say hello to the chat. We'll get rolling here in just a few minutes and start watching Royal Rumble 99. Am I up yet? Can you guys see me? Okay, I'm there. I just scrolled up to watch the video and I still had the countdown screen on. Okay, we're good. Never mind. So yeah, we'll get going here in just a second. Let me say hello to Fox Star Killer, Tatanani. We've got Zach Pelgett and Titanium Titan. Juliet, John J.E. Dennett, Jeff McMahon, George Morris, thank you for the $5. Jimmy Anderson, thank you for the 20. Longboard, Juliet, JJ, and I think that's the channel members rounding things out. Just want to make sure I shout you guys out first. Circle back to George Morris with his token $5. Thanks so much, dude. Appreciate that super chat from you. Hey, Greg, how are you doing? Royal Rumble 1999, 10 out of 10. Where were you watching this? Where we're watching this, I was in Maryville, Indiana. This event is on the Anthology is Edited. Okay, on the Royal Rumble Anthology. I don't think I have the Rumble Anthology, so all I have is my physical recorded copy from pay-per-view that night and the VHS right behind me, so I don't have any other WWE release of the show. I got to think, where would I have been Royal Rumble 99? Okay, I know exactly where I would have been. I would have been in my favorite apartment that I lived in when I lived in Greenville, North Carolina, the same apartment that I sat and watched Over the Edge 99 when Owen Hart passed away, and loved that apartment. I don't have any actual physical memories of that night, but I know we were at my house and I had friends over, probably the same 2 or 3 guys that are there with me every time. It's just I don't have any actual real memories that I can pull out of my brain from that specific night, but I know I watched it and I know where I was and where I was sitting and the couch I was sitting on. I just don't remember doing it, but I did. And yeah, those were the days back in 99. Business was so hot. Jesus. Jimmy Anderson, welcome from all the way across the globe. Good morning to you. Let's rock and roll. Also want to say hello to the other people who are here, like Ray Frand. We Are Pro Wrestling, who might be handy for some stats here if we need them. Good to see you, my friend. Go check out We Are Pro Wrestling's wrestling channel. By the way, a lot of good stuff over there. Great reviews, very knowledgeable dude, and helps us out a lot whenever we got questions. Ben Espinoza in the house as well. We've got Jet the Hawk, Andy Linnell. We have David Brown. Very good to see you in here as well. Good to see Kane so close to winning the Rumble. Yeah, Kane was close a couple of times. Jay Lambo is in the house. Good to see you as well. That's so cool. How do you produce that? Unless you were talking about the countdown screen earlier, that actually takes a pretty minimal amount of editing skills. I mean, as long as you don't have a computer and as long as you have a computer and an editing software that's not a piece of shit, it's relatively easy to do that. But I've also been producing and editing videos for over a decade on YouTube, so I kind of got good at it after a while. Victor Colon, I'm not sure if I got you earlier. Good to see you, my friend. We got more 1215 in the house as well. Ronnie is here. What's up, buddy? So glad you're here. So's King Azza. We got Brandon Barnes, WWE fan for life. Eric Sybil, and anybody else that I might have missed, welcome. Welcome to the watch along. Now, those of you who are here every week, you know the drill, but just in case somebody is new, how we do this is we do the watch alongs on Peacock. So you don't necessarily have to watch on Peacock, but it's going to be easier to follow along if you do. So what you need to do is go to the WWE tab in Peacock, look up Royal Rumble, and you're going to want to find Season 12, Episode 1, Royal Rumble 1999, runtime, according to Peacock, 2 hours, 43 minutes, and 34 seconds. So right around the same amount of time that every one of these pay-per-views are, and this one should be fun. So in just a few seconds here, or just a couple of minutes, we will all hit play together. The timer above my head will begin to run once we do that, and if there are any interruptions on your end or my end or whatever, we just, at the end of the day, sync up with the timer, and that's how it all works here. So it should be a lot of fun. I apologize for still being a sliver under the weather. It really drove me crazy yesterday, trying to bust out a podcast with all this congestion and shit going on. Happens to me about once a year where I have to do a podcast or two or an episode or two where I sound like shit. And of all of the episodes to do, I did not want to sound like shit when we were trying to do a tribute to Jay Briscoe yesterday. But I do appreciate everybody donating with the super chats. I took the super chat amount and added it up, and I matched it, and I donated that to the Pugh family today. So we did send a donation to the Pugh family today from the Good Mike Work family, and it is, I did not hide the donation, so it is visible over there if you want to go check it out on their page. And it's good to see that they have far surpassed the initial goal that they intended to reach with that. So a lot of people are helping out, and very happy to see that. So still all the best to the family of Jay Briscoe, because his daughters are in for a long road. So everybody that was here yesterday for the podcast, thank you very much for participating and hanging out. It was fun. But hopefully tonight will be more fun, because we're just going to kick back, open up some beer, watch some football, and watch some wrestling. We are now 15 minutes past the hour, so I think that's a good time to go ahead and fire up Royal Rumble 99. I'm going to do the 2-mouse deal. We're going to do a countdown from 3 and hit play together. If you have to watch any ads, get that out of the way. Don't skip the intro if it offers you the option to do that. We're just going to hit play, set it, and forget it. And that's how we do it up in here. All right, let me get my timer on the trigger. All right, I'm good there, and I'm good there. Okay, you ready? Countdown from 3. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. Perfect. Perfect for me, anyway. Help me out. We Are Pro Wrestling. You're probably one of the ones that can help us with that. This is the genesis of No Chance in Hell, right? Wasn't Vince McMahon's theme song the theme song to this pay-per-view? And then Vince just adopted it as his theme, right? Is that how I'm remembering that? I'm not even totally sure if when Vince comes out to the Royal Rumble tonight, if he comes out to this song. I don't think he does. He might. Like when he's celebrating in the ring with the Stooges and shit, are they playing this song? I actually don't know if they are or not. They might be. Look at the shape Vince was in back then. So let's see. 1999, Vince would have been, I guess, 59 years old. So Vince McMahon winning the Rumble, he's currently younger than Billy Gunn, younger than Sting, younger than Undertaker, right? At the time of this pay-per-view, Vince would have been, I'd say, 58 or 59. Because I know he was 52 when Brett punched him. So that would have been like 6-7 years after that. So. Did I just pull a groin muscle or something? I'm fucking sore. Anyway. All right. Let's see here. Who else is chiming in as we're starting the Rumble here? No Chance in Hell. Oh, by the way, speaking of Austin, cheers. I got me a Steve Austin Broken Skull. American lager. Nothing better than drinking American lager on a playoff football day, right? Hell yeah. Cheers, man. As the pyro goes off, where are they again? I forget where are they? San Jose? Where is this Rumble? Well, JR's about to tell me. Never mind. I'll find out in a second. It's not San Jose, is it? Sacramento? So, oh, they're in the pond? Holy shit, they're right up the road. Damn, I was still 10 years away from living here. I would have gone. I had no idea this Rumble was at the Anaheim Pond. I don't know how I misremembered that or didn't remember that. Michael Cole, hey, at least he doesn't have the frosted tips tonight. I think those will be coming next year. Yo, MJ Parker, thanks for being a channel member for a full month now. You're the best. Hey, Greg, hope all is well. All is always well with me, at least it usually is. Still mourning my little man Bub, who passed away last month. Other than that, I have very little to complain about in life right now, and I'm very happy, so thank you. Yo, ass better call somebody. So this is Road Dogg. I forgot what happens here. Is this the pay-per-view where Billy Gunn showed up late and they took the IC title away from him? We All Pro Wrestling? Help a brother out. Yo, Ronnie, you got a rare Sunday night off. If anybody deserves a Sunday night off, it's you. Jesus, dude. I wish you could have every Sunday night off and just be here with us. 6 foot tree. We are watching the whole thing, bro. Just match the timer. Follow along with the timer above my head. Sorry, still trying to cough out this congestion. It's almost over. I'm 80% on the other side of this head cold that started hitting me like on Wednesday this week. Okay, yeah, We Are Pro Wrestling. Yeah, Vince was 50. Oh, yeah, shit. Ha! He's only 53. For some reason, damn, I cannot add We Are Pro Wrestling. For some reason, I thought the difference between 1999 and 1997 was 7 years. I have no idea why I thought that. I have no idea why my brain added that way. Yes, he would only be 2 years. Less than 2 years. He'd be a year and 2 months removed from the Montreal Screwjob, and in my head, it was much longer than that. Sorry for being an idiot. Yeah, Vince is 53. He's younger than a lot of guys in the ring right now. He's 6 years older than AJ Styles. I love how they still do the New Age Outlaws thing, even though Billy's not there. Nice, JJ. No, thanks for the $2. No beer tonight, just a few adult gummies for you. Well, I'm having one beer, and I already ate mine. Here's my empty wrapper. There's my evidence. It has been ingested. So we got Big Boss Man. So he's one half of the tag champs taking on Road Dogg, one half of a tag team who's the hardcore champion. I'm lost. Who the hell is tag champs with Boss Man? Test? big. But yeah, Bossman had just come back, don't forget. And that is the first gold he has ever held in that company. Unless he happened to hold the hardcore title before this. Maybe he did. That's possible. But Bubba never held any gold when he was Bossman in his first run. Oh, shit. How easy. I missed you? I did? Oh, yeah, I did. Where is it? How easy? I cannot see your super chat. Is it hiding from me? Well, I have another way of getting to it. Oh, Shamrock. Oh, yeah, okay. And then Shamrock would wrestle. Is Shamrock the IC? And then he's going to work Billy Gunn later. And I think at the time they were actually going to put the title on Billy, and they decided not to. Do I have that story right? Oh, yeah. Shit. There I see you, Hiweezy. Duh. I can't. My bad, Hiweezy. It's right here in front of me. Thank you so much, dude. And sorry for skipping you. Sorry for skipping you. Greg, in your honest opinion, what is the biggest pop in WWE history? By the way, I'm excited to watch this particular Royal Rumble, my guy. Loudest pop, biggest pop in history. I got a couple. Triple H return at the Garden, 2002. Mankind winning the title in 99, just a few weeks before this, when Austin came out and hit Rock with the chair and Mankind pinned him. I'd put that up there. Goldberg beating Hogan, I'd put up there. I was in the building for a lot of crazy pops too. I watched Stone Cold Steve Austin win the WWE title twice. Those were extremely loud crowd pops, but I don't know how they would rank compared to others. But they got to be up there with the best. I'd probably put CM Punk's return up, in terms of something modern. Rock and Hogan, WrestleMania 18. Although that wasn't really much of a pop. That was just an overwhelming crowd reaction. But just like a crowd pop from an entrance or from a surprise or from a finish. I'd say maybe some of those. You guys might have some better examples as Bossman is working over Road Dogg. Nice. Always like to have that good old 69 viewers in here. Nobody leave. Let's just keep that at 69. And if anybody else joins, tell them to get the fuck out so we can keep that 69 right where it is. Oh, this is a special challenge match and the Hardcore Championship is not on the line? Okay. Do we need this match then? Shawn winning the title. Survivor Series got a huge pop, probably. Yeah, probably did. Bryan at Mania 30 probably did as well. Cena in return in 08. All that was loud. I'm not sure if any of it eclipses a Rock or Austin entrance during the Attitude Era, both of which I experienced multiple times. I'll tell you what, just a fucking week ago at the Forum for Dynamite, Adam Cole's return. That's the loudest pop I've felt since my return to wrestling shows in 2018 after taking 13 years off. Becky Lynch's return at SummerSlam a couple years ago got a big pop, but what happened after was pretty shocking and kind of pissed a lot of people off. So I don't even know if I'd count that. But in terms of modern, just, and everything's to scale too. It's a big pop for the building that we were in, but it's not going to be as big as a Mania pop. But Adam Cole's pop was huge in L.A. Oh, poor Bossman. Okay, where are we here? 99. Okay, so he has not chopped up Pepper yet. This is the year I would go to 3 pay-per-views. WrestleMania, King of the Ring, and Unforgiven. I was at all 3 that year. Roadie. The Roadie. Wow, Kofi winning at 35 would have been cool to experience. Unfortunately, I got to experience the other side of that. I was in the building when Kofi lost to Brock in 5 seconds, which was the exact opposite of what happened. So we got 9-9 Cowboys. I only have 6-9 here. Oh, they're about to kick a field. It's 4th and goal. That's why. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind on my streaming app. Oh, yeah, Zach. That's a good one, too. The Hardys return at WrestleMania 33. That was one of my favorite returns ever. It was so good. And it was well executed because we did hear Hardy's rumors. But having the New Day host that night, what was kind of cool is with them being the ones to announce that there's another team entering, they are a team. So it was cool that like a lot of fans probably thought it was just going to be them adding themselves to the match and then only to bring out the Hardys was what a moment. What a moment. All right, right hand by Road Dogg. Trading blows in the ring this opening match between the Big Boss Man and the Roadie. The Road Dogg Jesse James, who is not with the badass Billy Gunn. He only has one word for you. Was I an Authors of Pain fan? Yeah, I was. I liked them a lot. Fightful reported WWE interested in bringing them back with Paul Ellering. As long as Paul's into it. I didn't really think he was a guy that wanted to go back on the road. That's why I thought NXT was so good for him, but maybe he would be into it. I don't know what either one of them been up to. They had amazing potential, but I just don't know now. Ronnie, I don't know if we're going to get a WrestleMania host this year. Did we have one last year? We had the one, oh yeah, we did. We had the one, was that Hogan? Or that was 30, yeah, I guess that was 38. Was last year Hogan and Titus O'Neil the Black Shield to shield Hogan? That did not work. That was last year, huh? Shit. You know what? We don't need a host. Fuck hosts. Who needs a host? I can watch WrestleMania without a host. I don't need Bob Barker. I'm going to be there. I mean, if they want me to do it, I will. I'm trying to go to there and enjoy myself, but if they want to put me to work, I suppose I can get out on the mic and entertain people. Oh, that was 37. Okay. I'm starting to get my years wrong. Yeah, 30. So what the fuck was last year? Oh, yeah, last year. That was 37 was the one outdoors and it rained and all that shit. That's right. 36 was a pandemic, then 37, then last year in back in Dallas. Yeah, that's right. Ha, you'd like to see Vince host. Well, that would make one of you. This is a very long match. This challenge match is going way too long. This feels like Halloween Havoc 98. Why don't you give us Ming and Barbarian for no reason? Long board, do I think Vince will be on camera at this year's WrestleMania? I don't know. I don't believe really anything we're told. So I think that's probably what Vince wants. And I think Vince will be on camera if, I don't know what are the ifs there. I just don't know. I mean, we could be selling before WrestleMania. Something like that's pretty hard to predict because circumstances are going to dictate whether or not that happens or not. And we don't know what the circumstances are yet. We don't know if WWE is going to be sold or not. And if Vince McMahon is going to change his mind and claim that, yeah, right now I'm just forcing my way in to oversee the sale. But if I have the authority to and I can go on TV and nobody can stop me, then that's, I guess that's going to be a decision Vince makes. But the fans don't help situations either because Vince is a lot like Trump. He's delusional, and he doesn't understand how gross he is. But he thinks the opposite. He thinks he's adored. I'm the greatest fucking thing ever. And Vince, to his defense, whenever his music hits, even the last 2 times he appeared on TV, once the Hush Money scandals and everything came out, when No Chance in Hell hit, you had morons in the crowd going like this and singing a song. So in his mind, he just thinks he's beloved around the world, when really it's just the fans have this natural instinct just to react to theme music, and they're just reacting. I'm hoping that if Vince does return to TV, he gets a few more boos this time, and you don't have fans worshiping this dirty piece of shit as he comes to the ring. But I don't ever need to see Vince again, to be honest. Vince equals ratings, huh? Well, that's a statement without the benefit of any research, because as we've seen, Triple H equals ratings. His creative direction has greatly improved that aspect of things. But in terms of Vince being on TV, if they made some announcement, oh, Vince is going to be on TV, then yeah, people are going to be curious about that. But Vince himself isn't what's equaling the ratings. His controversy is equaling the ratings. Nobody gives a shit if Vince just randomly comes out there and mumbles some incoherent promo about the WWE Universe. Or WE. Whenever he says it, it only sounds like he says one W. The WE. The WWE. He's such a mumbler. Everything he says now, marbles in his mouth. Oh, good right hand to Boss Man. I wonder if the years would match up there. I wonder if Brian James or Brian Armstrong ever had a match in WCW against Big Bubba or Guardian Angel and beat Rhodey with a sidewalk slam. Glad they put the Boss Man over there. But I know Road Dogg worked some enhancement matches in WCW a little bit. He'd usually lose. I wonder if they ever had a match. Thanks, Spaz. Appreciate that. Yeah, I started a little second side channel, Bald Guy Wrestling. You can look it up. I have just folders and folders full of footage that I've taken at wrestling shows and various things I've done. And I'm just kind of throwing them on there, just dumping them on that channel. For fun. And this is actually the 3-year anniversary of the Jericho Cruise back in 2020 that I was on. I posted a video today of Cody Rhodes' entrance. I also have a promo of Cody from the boat where he brings out Tony Khan and they send us all home on the last night of the cruise. Lots of cool stuff. So I'm going to slowly kind of just feed content into that channel, possibly expand the content as well, and use that as a little side hustle, something just to do in my free time. And I'm really looking forward to going to WrestleMania this year because I'm going to be able to take so much footage, and I'm going to plan a big video for WrestleMania on the main channel here, and then a whole bunch of great shit over on Bald Guy for fun. So that was another reason why I started that second channel, just to, have a place to, put some other stuff. Most clips are under 2 minutes. Look at there, Road Dogg, welcome to Billy in. So we just saw the whole deal there with Billy and Ryan Shamrock and all that shit. Now, I don't remember the story here, but I remember thinking going into this pay-per-view that Billy Gunn was going to win the championship here. And then years later, I remember reading or hearing in a shoot interview that I think Billy might have been late to the show that day, or something happened. And they might have changed the finish here and elected not to give him the title. Because I always remember at this time when the Outlaws kind of split up and started doing single stuff, I was under the assumption that Road Dogg would be a hardcore champion and Billy would be the IC. But what I think they would do is they would flip it. I'm pretty sure Road Dogg would go on to win the IC title and Billy would be the hardcore champion. But it felt like they were both destined to be reversed. But I think maybe something with Billy's behavior here might have gotten him in a little trouble. 24 years ago when he was only 45 years old. Yeah, Billy doesn't, his body language doesn't look like somebody who's about to win the IC title at a big pay-per-view, that's for sure. Divine Ricks, what's up, bro? Thank you so much for that 5-month comment there. Shoot, brother, all this time. Nearly half a year you've been a member of this channel. That's so great. Hey, Greg and friends, since The Rock won't return, do you think we have a triple threat match at WrestleMania? Seth versus Cody versus Roman? No, I do not want a triple threat. We could. I'm not saying they won't do that. I'm just saying I don't want that. Roman needs to be one-on-one, whether it's against Sammy, whether it's against Cody, whether it's against The Rock. It's got to be a one-on-one deal. I think a triple threat would be lame if they did that, but I just kind of hope not. I just don't want that. But they might go with it, you know? Because Seth definitely deserves, I mean, I think there's just a lot of guys that should be in the title hunt. Seth, Cody, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, I believe all should be contending. And with Raw tomorrow night, by the way, we're doing a live reaction of Raw 30 tomorrow. The link is already up on the channel, so save it. They're planning, they scrapped that acknowledgement ceremony shit, and now they're doing a tribal court for Sami Zayn. So we could see a big angle drop tomorrow. I hope we do, because whenever that split happens, it's going to be really good television. And as much as I want The Rock to be at the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, he's in the way, to be honest. Like, if he wasn't coming in, it would almost be better, because I think there's enough to be told with the players that you already have in play. You don't really need The Rock. I just think it would be cool if he was there, and cool to have a send-off match, put over Roman Reigns, that type of thing. But and there's been a lot of talk about Roman defending individual titles on both nights. I'm lukewarm to that too. I don't know how I feel about it. I certainly don't like the idea of him like facing Cody on night 1 and losing the title, and then facing The Rock on night 2, and then beating him in the main event. And then we got another main event with Roman winning. Even when he loses his title, he's still winning WrestleMania main events. I just don't know how you even work it out. But WWE hopefully has got all this shit organized behind the scenes, and they know what their plans are going to be in the event that The Rock shows up. All right, we got Billy and Kenny right now. By the way, if you guys could hit that thumbs up button for me, I'd appreciate it. Near fall on Ken Shamrock. 23 minutes into the Royal Rumble in 1999, we saw Big Boss Man defeat Road Dogg in the opening match. Now we got IC title match. Big Billy Gunn taking on little itty bitty tiny Ken Shamrock. Look at how Billy dwarfs Kenny. He is such a horse. You never realized Billy's size when he was in the Smoking Guns because he wasn't jacked yet. But man, once he got to this point, he was just ridiculous. He still is. Spaz Phoenix, what's up, bro? Thank you so much for that $20 Canadian. Sup, Greg? Chat, huge cheap plug. The channel is loaded. WWE Last Week goes live tomorrow, 10 a.m. Then Raw XXX review, Rumble preview, and on the movie side, review for Megan and trailer reactions for Sick and Scream 6. They made 6 Screams. Damn, thanks. Absolutely, dude. Go check out Spaz for all your wrestling. Movie. Not TV, just movie, right? I've never heard of Megan or Sick, but I've heard of Scream. I've met David Arquette, but I've never seen Scream. I've never even seen Scream 1. Never seen any of them. Know nothing about the Scream franchise. Somebody help me out. I don't, probably not the way wrestling relationships work, but is Ryan Shamrock still with X-Pac? They were together, weren't they? I remember them being together when X-Pac had the unfortunate anus tear. Yeah, I said that. You did not mishear me. It happened. If there's one thing you don't want to do, it's tear your anus. But thank you again for that, Spaz. Very generous. Because I'm trying to watch the game and the IC title match at the same time. Yeah, you could do a triple threat where there's 2 pinfalls for each belt. Like a stipulation like that by itself would be okay, but just taking into consideration how long Roman's been champion, you know? I want that. I want his fall. I want his loss and the title changing hands to kind of be a big one-on-one moment or something, you know? Like somebody's got to beat him. And not with a triple threat stip where he can kind of remain protected. He's been so over, he can easily afford a clean loss. Not going to matter at all. In the scheme of things with Roman Reigns. You don't have to look any further than Brock Lesnar to see that. Brock can take losses pretty much anytime he wants now, and he's still Brock Lesnar at the end of the day. And I think Roman has gotten himself to that point. So I would prefer it to have like the story of Cody beating him or the story of Kevin Owens beating him. I'm not ruling out Owens winning the title at the Royal Rumble. I don't think he will, but I'm not ruling it out. JJ Legg, appreciate the $5 from you. We had main event triple threats at Mania 20, 30, and 40, so they should do Charlotte, Becky, Bayley for the women's title. Yeah, 20 and 30 both were, weren't they? So maybe next year in Philly, they book a triple threat to keep that streak alive. Billy over the top rope. We Are Pro Wrestling just doesn't want them to split the belts again. Yeah, I prefer that too. The old school person in me, but man, with 2 shows, we've seen that it can be done. Roman's held both belts for a year now, but maybe the sale plays into that too. You know, maybe they can restructure after a sale and having 2 separate shows trying to be different brands isn't going to be necessary anymore. I don't know. But I feel like since we've heard of talks of splitting up the belts and since we still have 2 women's titles and still we have 2 tags, just to combine the world title and no other ones doesn't make much sense. So I think they're all going to be unified or they're all going to be separated, not a mixture of both. So I'd be fine with them just maintaining 1 world title, though. And if they did split the titles up and you had the Universal and the WWE, at least give us the big gold or something back. For old time's sake, you know? Yeah, 35 was a triple threat as well. So yeah, triple threats are common these days. So I'm not saying a triple threat can't happen. I just kind of hope that it doesn't. Shamrock is kind of out of his way of the company around this time too. He was down to his final 9 months. He'd feud with Jericho right before he left. We are 1 month away. Next pay-per-view will be the debut of the Giant in WWE. Oh, wow. Base first, Kenny to the table. Spaz Phoenix chiming in with 5 more. Thanks, dude. What happens first? A celebrity NXT call-up or crossover star wins the Rumble, or a Rumble consisting of only current WWE main roster talent? Oh, God. I'd probably say celebrity, NXT, or crossover star. I think there's always going to be some surprises in the Rumble. But I don't know. I mean, the only crossover star I could think of that would even be a candidate to win the Rumble would be Logan Paul. And I don't think anybody wants that. Oh, what a catch by this kid. Oh, that's Kittle. Jesus. He's a tight end, right? Damn. What a catch. I love signs. Kenny's got Billy down. Titanium Titan, appreciate that $10 from the great channel member. Appreciate that. I live 20 minutes from this building, and it's crazy that WrestleMania 12 and 2000 took place there. It's lucky to even host a Raw once a year now. I know, yeah, they don't hit Anaheim very often. It's not far from me. I've been to the pond one time for a Ducks and Red Wings game, and we picked up the coaster, the train, right up in Solana Beach, and was able to ride right up to Anaheim. It dropped you off right in front of the building. It was so great. So if WWE hits Anaheim again for a big show, I'll take the train. Kenny smells blood, y'all. Trying to get myself situated here. There we go. All right, we got 3 minutes left in the third quarter. 9-9, San Fran and Dallas. It's quite the rivalry. I'll never forget that game. I don't remember what year it was, 94, mid-90s. And it was like, I think it was Terrell Owens was involved in this, because Terrell played for both teams. And maybe it was for, who was the guy that scored the touchdown and then ran up and put the ball in the star in the middle of the field, and then it caused this big brawl. I remember that game. And I was like, oh, man, that's crazy. I think it was Terrell Owens because he was a asshole most of the time. I think maybe he played for San Fran and then did that, and then in later years signed with Dallas. Is that how it went? He actually played for Dallas after that ugly incident? I think that's how it happened. T.O., yeah, the star celebration. That was great. I was watching that game when it happened. I'm like, oh, my God. No, high C. I think his high C is high on something else. We don't want to see Hogan in the Rumble. I'm not even sure if he can be thrown over the top rope without dying. Oh, Timmy White took a hard shot from Kenny. Double clothesline. Both guys down. Oh, yeah, he did it twice. Now, somebody came and ran him over, right? I know a player, and I think, and I know maybe Emmett Smith did it too. Oh, there's Val. I was wondering why they were showing Ryan Shamrock. Oh, Val's going to come help Billy win, but I think Billy does not win this, unless I'm misremembering. Nearly picked off there. Cole said he was gyrating in front of Ken Shamrock's sister. Hey, none of y'all gyrate in front of my sister, okay? No, Kenny kicks out. Kenny kicks out. Ugh. I don't think Hogan wants to be in the Rumble. I'm pretty sure Hogan's got a 500 record in the Rumble. He was in the first 4. Won 2, lost 2. Don't think he appeared in one again. King Bling Blah. Thanks for the $2. Name a guilty pleasure Royal Rumble entrant. Yours is Simon Dean. I don't even remember his. Who's somebody that nobody thinks about, but I actually like who appeared? Oh, that's it. He's got a tap. He rolled his ankle. So both the Outlaws took losses. We don't have a new champion. Yeah, he had held the title since that tournament that he won, right? Who's better, Angle or Shamrock's ankle lock? Angle. Angle just had, Shamrock was intense, but Angle, he was just better. He was just better. Shamrock was good. Angle and Brock were the real deal. Look at this. I want to see this. You're going to eat thunder and crap lightning. I love it. You own him. You own Austin. See, this is why Vince has the personality that he has, is because everybody around him has their heads up his ass. Oh, yeah, I remember. No, I remember who Simon Dean was. I just don't remember his Rumble entrance. I know he had the fitness guru gimmick and the thing, and he was Nova from ECW. I remember all that. I just didn't know. I don't remember what year he came out to the Rumble. Ooh, Gangrel. Ooh, I think I know this match. I think this is Gangrel and X-Pac. This is a European title match, right? Because I remember at the time, people thinking they were going to belt up Gangrel. The gimmick was pretty over. He looked good. He had not yet. He was still by himself. There was no Brood yet. There was no Edge and Christian. Or maybe there was. Maybe there was. Edge and Christian were there. Or Edge was for sure. I guess Christian probably was too. They were both there this time. But I'm not sure if they were hooked up with Gangrel yet or not. I don't remember. And then they would all join the ministry, I think, right? This guy is weird. Help me out. I was there, but I don't remember. WrestleMania 15. Did the Intercontinental title change hands? I'm pretty sure that it did. I know it was like a 4-way. Did Goldust win that? I'm trying to think about how many times I've seen the Intercontinental title change at WrestleMania. Or, I'm sorry, in person. I've seen it twice, I think, at WrestleMania. But I've also seen it a lot of other times, too. I think I've seen Ricky Steamboat, Goldust, Jericho, Chyna, RVD, and maybe a couple of other people all win the Intercontinental title. Jericho, I think I've seen twice win the IC. Oh, no, Road Dogg retained. Okay. I don't know why I thought Goldust won that. I don't know why. Oh, okay. Thank you. We Are Pro Wrestling. Road Dogg retained. Goldust won the following night. Okay, so I just mixed memories there. I was kind of right. I was on the right path. So take Goldust away. I have not seen Goldust win the IC title. Oh, we got Steve Young and Jerry Rice both on the field. I used to have a Jerry Rice rookie card. I sold it when I was 16, like an idiot. Gangrel fears Count Chocula. Does he, though? Saw Gangrel and Luna one time at a gas station outside the Greensboro Coliseum before a show. 15-9 Niners. Oh, they're about to score right here then. Looks like second and goal from where I sit. I don't know why my TV is so far behind y'all's. There it is. Ran right in. McCaffrey. My name's Diggs. Diggs McCaffrey. There's nobody who knows what movie that's from. But if you do, I'll be impressed. Diggs McCaffrey. The actor that says that is the same guy that says, "Look, I don't know nothing about no money laundering." PAT's about to be good, I think. Yo, why are we timing out Destiny Wah? Leave her alone. She didn't do nothing. Ooh, nice catch. Six days until the Rumble, Byron Cutler. Hell yeah, I'm excited. We're going to be watching the Royal Rumble live, too, by the way. Link to that is already up. Link to tomorrow's Raw XXX live watch-along is already up as well. And we got a Q&A on Thursday as we do Royal Rumble predictions. We are loaded with content this week. I see no reason why Destiny should have been timed out, so if you're a mod in here, just be careful what you do because there's no reason for that. JDT likely watched this one on scrambled screen with audio. I remember those days. Those were more common to me in the late 80s, early 90s. I had to watch a few pay-per-views like that. But once I got old enough and I was like in high school, I was buying them all myself. Oh, whoa, Dallas on the move. Midfield. Damn, he could have had more. I felt like Turpin got a raw deal there. Ran into a couple of shirts. Oof. It's probably been the best match so far. X-Pac's somersault clothesline was always a favorite of mine. It's a lot like Takeshita's. He does one kind of like that. Or he does more of just a glide. Maybe not a flip somersault. He just does that just gliding, soaring lariat, which looks really good. Why are they selling WWE? It's just taking up space in the garage. It's covered in dust. Nobody ever plays with it. So Vince is like, fuck it, I'll sell it. So garage sale next Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Come pick up the rings, videotape library, any sort of shit you want. Bargain prices, man. I don't want anything except... Oh, I love those spinning heels, except... Mae Young and Mark Henry's hand. I would like that. Or that Man Mountain Rock WWF guitar. Nice. Met Taker, 93 at a car dealership in Yonkers. What the hell was he doing at a car dealership in Yonkers? Hey, Paul, let's stop at this car dealership in Yonkers. Ooh, but it's Yonkers. I know. That's why I want to go there. Tito, take it easy under there, bro. Bro, come on. Over here. Thank you. It felt, yeah, Ray, are you talking about that near fall there that Teddy might have botched on that? I'm not sure. If someone outside of NBC buys WWE, would the network go back to... Oh, he won. Good. Would WWE Network come back? I don't know. I think whoever buys it likely will have their own platform, but I'm not really sure. I mean, if Disney obviously buys it, they'll have places to put that. It just depends. But if somebody outside of those properties buys it, then I guess you're going to have to do the TV and licensing rights every 5 years or so, like they're doing now. So it won't offer a ton of stability, but I don't know. I just don't know what to make of all this. All right, so everybody, Big Boss. Oh, wait, that wasn't a championship match, though, but we've had no title changes so far. Kenny Shamrock and X-Pac retain their belts. And Road Dogg and Boss Man both had titles in their matches, but neither one was on the line. Man, there's too many belts. There's too many belts in WWE. The only wrestler you've met, of all the wrestlers, if you could only meet one wrestler, I hate that it had to be Austin Aries. Sorry about that, JL.
Have you ever seen a fight in the Armstrong family?
Oh.
We are a family, but tonight I'm going to win $100,000 and get a shot at the WWF title. It goes like
Oh, they get $100,000 now? I don't remember that. Oh, no, it's a $100,000 bounty on Austin. What's Kevin Kelly trying to do? What are you doing? Kevin, don't do that again. Yeah. DX, good to see Triple H back. I've kind of shaved mine down a little bit, but goatees should be saved for bald dudes. Not partly knowledgeable backstage interviewers. Oh, look at this old music for Shane, remember? My friend, my old roommate, used to love when Shane would come out, and he'd always go like this with his hand. Didn't. He did that for a while, and we would always mimic it, like around the house and shit. Who's he introducing? I thought the Royal Rumble was the main event. Oh, okay, women, okay. Why is Shane, why? Luna. Sable and Luna were feuding the year before. What is she wearing? I have no recollection of this Shane McMahon and Luna alliance here.
Now, unfortunately, for some reason, Sable has suffered a chronic back injury and will be unable to compete here this evening. What?
Was it supposed to be Sable and Luna? Was it? And Sable isn't a heel yet. She's about to be one, but I don't think she is a heel yet, right? She's going to forfeit, huh? I have no recollection of anything we're about to watch here. I have no idea what happens. Do we bring out a little mini Sable and make fun of her? No, that's actually her. Oh. This is from Beyond the Mat. Remember? Vince Russo really, really sell the back. Make it look like we don't think you're going to be able to compete. So that's what she's doing here. I kind of like that they picked back up the Luna and Sable stuff from 98. I was at the evening gown match, Unforgiven 98, Greensboro. Same place I met Luna. Okay, she wouldn't go heel until her Playboy spread. Got it. Because I felt like she was heel at WrestleMania. Ooh, ring the bell. She's ready.
Well, I guess we're not having a forfeit here, King. Have it your way. So it's going to be Sable Luna in a scrap match.
I mean, Sable was hot enough and everything, but that voice, man. Oh, what's she? Oh, this is a strap match? How do these memories not exist in my mind? I used to be able to recite these pay-per-view cards backwards and front. I have no recollection of this ever taking place. A fucking strap match between Luna and Sable on a Royal Rumble pay-per-view. I had no idea this even happened. I think it's because I was just so turned off by Sable. Shout out to the Tig Old Biddies sign in the crowd. Fucking strap match for reals? That's right. Tori was about to come in. Yo, Kevin, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Glad you're here, man. Oh, now you're getting whipped. Check out Luna's gear. Is it just me, or does Luna's gear slightly resemble what Sunny wore at WrestleMania 14 when she came out with the LOD? They do occupy different levels of the hotness scale, don't get me wrong. They're totally different numbers, but the outfit itself looks the same. And when I say they're on opposite ends of the hotness scale, obviously I mean that Luna is way hotter than Sunny. Don't be mistaken. Okay, check out that idiot's sign. I don't know if he's doing that to be funny. There's a horny, what I think it means to say is horny 24/7, but it says horny 2:47. So does that mean he's only horny at 2:47 in the afternoon? Or in the morning? Or does he have poor colon placement abilities? Vote in the chat. Justin Bieber performing at the Super Bowl, finally. How many years I've been waiting for that, asking for it, begging for it? Give Greg the Biebs. Finally. I draw all my inspiration from Justin Bieber. One year, true story, just for fun, I bought Justin Bieber wrapping paper and gave everybody their Christmas presents wrapped in Justin Bieber wrapping paper with his little face all over their presents. Enjoy from Greg. You see, San Fran might have powered their way to a first down there. Nope, third down. Yeah, Justin, we were talking about that earlier, birth of the No Chance in Hell theme. They would use this as the pay-per-view theme song, but then they would keep it. It would be Vince's theme, and still used it up until last year. Oh, they're going to do this. It's going to happen this way. They always do this finish. I don't even remember. Help me out in the chat. How did Eddie lose the belt to JBL? Oh, my God. Was it kind of the same scenario? Did they do the deal where they went around the corners and then JBL was kind of secretly hitting it? Oh, there's Tori. Oh, who's that? Look at Jim Dotson going after her. You're not going to catch her. And Sable had help. I remember hearing in like the hotlines and the sheets about her coming in. Terry, she was Tori Powers or Terry Powers or something like that. And I remember whoever I was listening to like talking her up, like, no, she's good. Like, it's good that they signed her. I like Tori a lot. And Sable retains. Ronnie, Vince doesn't use this theme anymore? No, because he's not on fucking TV. And he's probably not going to be. But if he comes back, yes, he probably will use this theme. But Vince did leave last year, even though most people expect him back. Look at Test and Shamrock and Bossman conspiring. So the fact that they keep talking about that 100K. Is the 100K just something they added to this, or is the 100K to eliminate Austin? Oh, split the money. Just get that's a bounty on Austin. Okay, that's what I thought. But didn't they kind of do the same thing the year before? Wasn't everybody gunning for Austin? He had to like come in to surprise everybody and do a sneak attack when he made his entrance. All right, here we go. It's Rock and Mankind time, and this is about to get gnarly. How much does Peacock charge for no commercials? I actually don't know. I just know I signed up for whatever the premium was at the time. It's $10. I think Peacock might be the one that's two different charges. But I don't think I pay more than $10 for Peacock, but for no ads, I'll be willing to pay $20 because I fucking hate ads. It's funny too because I haven't watched an ad on YouTube in years. I haven't seen an ad on YouTube since YouTube Premium became a thing. But since I started my new channel and I've been uploading shit over there, sometimes I'll click on a video and then I have to. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, get off of there. I think I can add it somehow to my premium service, but it's also kind of funny too on Bald Guy Wrestling. I'm not subscribed to anybody. I haven't made any subscriptions. So the shit that my page recommends me is stuff that I've never seen, never heard of. Really kind of crazy. It's like a whole nother universe. I'm like, get me out of here. Get me back to Good Mic Work where I do most of my work. Now, last November, we watched Survivor Series 98 where Rock won the tournament, beating Mick Foley. They would do the rematch in December at Rock Bottom. And then, of course, on January 4th, Mankind would win the title. And he would go into the Royal Rumble as champion here, which is very cool. Ooh. I love some of the photos my computer or my phone just randomly says, hey, look at this one. Rock. That's racist. Yeah, I'm seeing a couple of tweets now about the Authors of Pain shit you guys were mentioning earlier. Oh, I remember when Mankind gave himself the mandible claw. That was awesome. Oh, appreciate that, Kevin. Thank you so much for that $10. Caught the Wing to Go podcast at work last night, and I admire that you took all the super chats and donated. Very touching. This is my share for that. Well, I appreciate that. I already made the donation today, but if anybody else wants to throw one in here and say, hey, send it over to the family for me, I will definitely do that. I'll do it right after we're done. Otherwise, you can go over there and donate directly, but thank you very much, Kevin. We didn't do much. It was just one stream. It was nothing, but it's like you got to do. We just want to help. We just want to do whatever we can, even if it's a little bit. And so $200 isn't a lot, but I feel like it's still a contribution, and it feels like we did our duty as wrestling fans to do what we can to be there for people that we admire and we love and are entertained by. So wish we could do more. I wish I had 1 million subscribers so we could do a live stream and, you know, raise $100,000 and give it to them. I wish I had that ability. Befuddles the Rock. Remember this promo from Beyond the Mat, right? He stole Rudy Poo from Iceman King Parsons. I love it. But nobody millionsed it because he's a heel. My favorite thing that Rock started doing around this time when he started going like, started moving his face around. Damn, Ricky Starks, you got big, man. Gee, how did he get that big? You were like $160 last time I saw you on Dynamite. What are you, 280? Holy shit. There's something about this that really befuddles The Rock. I did a Beyond the Mat review, did I not? It's crazy how long I've been doing this. I'm starting to forget shit I did. Pretty sure we got a Beyond the Mat review up on the channel somewhere. And this was when The Rock... I always thought this was very odd that The Rock was wearing this. And then I heard in the dirt sheets why he was wearing that getup. I still, to this day, like even when I went to shows back then, my go-to attire, I would always wear like those long workout Adidas pants. Like these bitches right here. I still wear this shit to this day. And I would wear, like anytime I went to a wrestling show, it would be me in these and like a wrestling t-shirt. And that's still what I rock. Anybody who saw me at Dynamite last week or SummerSlam last year, I was rocking those bad boys. And I'll be wearing them in Mania too. They're comfortable. They got good pockets. You feel like you're The Rock when you're wearing them. I have no style or fashion. Like, I can dress up if I have to, but I'd just rather not. Yeah, Rock had some cosmetic surgery done to remove fatty tissue around his ever so firm pectoral region. And so he had some scars there. And then I think the first time he took this out, he wore it for about 4 months there. And then finally at WrestleMania, he was back to his regular gear. But you can see, even when he makes his entrance, you can see that he had some stuff happening down there. Very weird surgery. You don't really hear much about that with dudes. But I don't know if that was his decision or if WWE requested. Because I definitely know they strong-armed China into getting her work done. So maybe they did the same thing to The Rock. Or maybe they suggested that. Oh, wow, Big Vis was in there too. I forgot about all that happening. So they already beat his ass earlier on Heat. There's Colette. Look at little Dewey and little Noel. You want the Foley or the tie Foley has on? I don't know, Ray. I think you're too late. I think Kim Kardashian bought that for $850,000 in an auction. TMZ reported, so she owns it. Ronnie, I'm not sure if I really believe anything you say. So is that the story? Is that been documented? Is Russo? Well, Russo might say anything too, so I'm not sure if I believe Russo either. I can imagine Russo saying this on one of his stupid fucking shows. Bro, it was because of me. So I don't know like what the real story is, but if it's coming from Ronnie or Russo, I'm probably not going to believe it without a little bit more confirmation on that. But I wouldn't rule that out, Ronnie. I mean, what you're saying is plausible. But you seem to be kind of going to bat for people like Vince and stuff. So I'm not sure if I really trust you, but not sure if I trust your judgment. But you could be 100% right. Foley fears Onita. I love it. Okay, so maybe it's a common thing. Maybe it's just even if you just work out like crazy, maybe that's just something that your body can't get rid of, so they lipo it out. It's like, yo, give me that dirt devil. Oh, man. I never understood microphone bonks on the head. I mean, even if you took this off, it would hurt, but no worse than certainly wouldn't be as bad as a chair or something like that. Ha. I don't think there's a Foley Onita match. No, I don't think. 1912, by the way. Oof. Wow. God, those bumps were so sick. Yeah, fatty tissue that he can't get rid of. And I guess if you're on TV and you're supposed to have a ripped look, I think the rest of us wouldn't give a shit if we had some fatty tissue down there. No big deal. It's like, but I guess if you're on TV and got your shirt off all the time, they wanted him to get that fixed. So I guess I understand. Now, what if I like my fatty tissue? I ain't trying to get rid of it. Yeah, King. Oh, we got a brawl in the announce booth now. No sweat, Victor. I appreciate that. You guys don't feel obligated to do that. You can go direct and donate directly, but anybody who attaches, I want this to go to Jay's family in the super chat, it will go there, and I'll just add it to the donation that we did earlier today. No problem. Whatever you guys want. Double arm. Double arm is always good. Yeah, you don't want to think. Yeah, Fox Star is right. Or I'm sorry, Ray Fran is right. As out comes Mr. Stocko. I'm going to go grab another beer. 1 second. Oh, he's going to split open the ridiculous eyebrow. Yes, Juliet, you were the, or no, I'm sorry. Thank you for yours. I was getting you confused with Nicole, who was the leading super chatter last night. But yeah, appreciate everybody who hung out yesterday for the podcast and listened to my nasally sick ass try to talk about serious things like death and tragedy and car accidents. It was quite annoying that I felt like shit yesterday, but what can you do? I remember a few years ago I did a donation review for somebody on Cesaro and his career, and I had to record it sick. I've always regretted that. It sounded like shit in the whole thing. You made your password at work Sacco, and it has remained that ever since. Where do you work? I'm going to go there and enter your password and steal everything. He's like, I work at a cow shit factory. Okay, never mind. Oh, he rang the bell on Foley's head. Bells will be ringing. I never knew he did that. Because what's funny about this match, I've never really gone back and rewatched it. It's just too gnarly. And it's uncomfortable. Oh, no. You fuckers, those damn tables. Up yours, Rock. That's another match I haven't gone back and watched. I have not watched Rock beat CM Punk for the title since it happened 10 years ago. That would be a good one to go back and watch. Is that what he did? He hit Punk with the bell and sang? That's great. I hated that. I was so glad that spinner belt was nearly gone. Can't believe The Rock actually technically held that thing for a couple days. Oh, just the password to your financial software. I can do some damage with that. Financial software? It's probably got some bank information in it, right? I'll just Zelle myself 10 grand. Actually, you can't. Zelle taps you out at $3,500 for some reason. I always have to do 2 Zelles to do my rent to my landlord every month because they're like, no matter who you are, nobody can have more than this, or at least with my bank anyway. It's annoying. I'm like, can I apply for more? And they're like, no, you can only send this much. Okay. Me too, man. That spinner belt sucked. Okay, here they go. They are now in no man's land over here. We're getting close to that Foley bump that's going to knock out the power. I know he climbs up on those railings. Foley family still intact at ringside, correct? I don't think they bail until Rock starts playing the drums on Foley's head with chairs. And that's after, by the way, the bump he's about to take and the DDT. No, he says no. Fox Star Killer. You would think that if Austin had a belt, Rock would have one too, and the Brahma Bull belt never saw the light of day. There's been a few belts like that. They made a big belt for Andre, thinking that he was going to win at WrestleMania 3. They had a big belt ready for him. Oh. I don't know what Foley did to counter that, but ask him. You go piss yourself. Rock always have to say something smart ass. He's like, you piece of monkey crap. I'm like, is there really a difference? Any shit coming out of any asshole is disgusting. So you can just be crap. You don't have to be a specific kind. I mean, I guess technically some are better than others. I'll take cat shit over hippo shit, but still, shit's shit. No, says Foley. And we got a long way to go. Foley hasn't even taken this bump yet. And then we got to do the whole deal in the ring. Oh, Rock. Blech. I like Earl holding the mic like he's about to cut a promo. He looks like he's just getting agitated and he's about to say, all right, listen to me. Okay, so we're setting up the bump. Now, none of this even makes sense. Like, look how far away Foley was when Rock started climbing the ladder. Why would he be climbing this ladder, given where Foley's current position was? Just to get Foley to chase him up there? I mean, they got a little bit of a platform up there. I mean, they can both stand. There's going to be a bump. I mean, this is just a few months after, you know, Hell in the Cell, and I think a lot of fans, myself included, I think we expected some sort of a bump, but you can never top. So Foley's all in position here. So they went with some special effects, a little bit less brutal of a bump. Hopefully he landed on those cords, which the coiled up cables, which hopefully gave him a little bit of a cushion. Christ almighty. Yeah, don't forget Jim Ross was out. Jim Ross got his Bell's palsy deal happening around this time, and he was out until WrestleMania or right before it. Now they got to get to somebody. Oh, look, Shane's like, oh, forget it. No, doctor. Even Shane McMahon's trying to have compassion, and Rock's like, no, hell with this. Can't believe they didn't wait until WrestleMania 4 to debut the Winged Eagle belt. I can understand that line of thinking, but you also have to remember that the Winged Eagle title debuted in front of the largest pro wrestling audience of all time. So that's not a bad thing. 33 fucking people were watching that night. Or whatever the astronomical number was. Something insane. I mean, the highest Raw rating ever got like 8 million. I mean, we're talking somewhere 33, 32 million, something like that. Not a bad debut. Debuted on NBC. That's actually kind of better than WrestleMania 4, to be honest. But I understand. Like, WrestleMania would is a nice historical spot, show, would create a memory, create a moment to unveil the new belt. But back in those days, they weren't unveiling belts. They would just change the belt. Because the Winged Eagle was like the 4th world championship that I grew up with. The one that Backlund had was different than the one that Hogan had, or that he won from the Sheik. And then when Hogan won that from the Sheik, they immediately changed it. And then they changed that one. And then they changed the one after that. So they would do that, and there would be really no unveiling. Even in 98, the night after WrestleMania 14, the next night, just new. I mean, I guess Austin had the new belt, but Rock was just standing there with a new IC title. It wasn't presented to him or anything. So I think back in those days, they would just do it. And when the belts are ready, they were going to be on TV. Oh, now he's got to handcuff The Rock, or handcuff Mankind. And what made all this even more brutal is that, you see all the replays of this, and I don't know what that red stain is on Foley's back. I think it's the shirt underneath. Must be red, and you can see through a little bit. But once he gets so dirty and busted up, it just made it look like he was almost like bleeding on his back, along with everything else that he had going on. And those aren't even those nice wrestling handcuffs where you've got the slack in between. Those are real deal 5-0 fucking handcuffs right there that he's got on Mick Foley. Because now you see him, they're like, there's 2 feet of slack on him. But that's insane. I'm incredibly claustrophobic, and being handcuffed like that would give me the feeling of claustrophobia. Like I would feel that, not being able to control myself. With I'd probably have a panic attack, like a full-blown panic attack. Like if I was in the ring. Oh. That sucks. Right in the lower jewels. Well, Rock was still able to have his daughter, so. Or was she born already? How old's Ava Raine? Is that her name? Was she born at this time? If she was, she's a tiny, tiny, tiny baby infant. Itty bitty. Yeah. And he goes down hard. And I just hate that. I hate that he doesn't have those good cuffs. That has got to be wickedly uncomfortable. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Ugh. People's elbow with the chair on his face coming up, guys. Psh. I caught his armband. I like that they're still selling the power outage in the back. That's good. Of course Foley's going to say that. One. Down to a knee. 2. You'll have to kill me. Can be done. Nearly does it. 3. 4. Dead on. 5. Ugh, completely unprotected. 6. Where is a babyface with bolt cutters? Not one babyface in that locker room feels like in a no DQ situation they could run out there and maybe help this guy out. 7. 8. Rock had a little heat with Foley after this. Foley thought he maybe hit him one too many times. I mean, look how busted open he is. Now, he did have a gimmick. He had a gimmick in there. They showed that in Beyond the Mat. But still, he was taking those shots. It's got to be on the head, too, doesn't it? That's 9. 10. Face first on the ground. So I guess we had 10 of those. Yeah, apparently it was supposed to be 5. We got 10. Shenanigans. We got a new champion all because somebody took 5 seconds to crop out a portion of Foley's promo where he said, I quit, and play it to the audience, and that was enough to fool Earl. Smart one, that Earl Hebner. Why do we want this guy in the Hall of Fame again? He was standing right there. He can't tell that that's not Foley screaming that? I think the real villain here is Earl Hebner. I blame him. Idiot Hebner. Your brother was better referee than you. And now, and Earl's there helping Mick, who he can clearly see unconscious, but yet Mick was somehow able to scream out, I quit, perfectly clearly and with much enthusiasm, despite being laying unconscious in a pool of his own blood, breathing air bubbles in the pool, you know? Earl, use your noodle. And he's WWE champion for a second time. And now Rock is going to go on to lose that belt again at Halftime Heat. And then he would go on to win it back again right before WrestleMania. Which was cool because it allowed Foley to become a 2-time WWE champion. But that was I remember thinking at the time that it was almost too much back and forth with the belt. I mean, the belt to me was sacred, and in the 80s you wouldn't see Hogan drop the belt, win it back on the next night, you know, and then drop it back again a week later. Like, that would just been too much. So it was weird for me as a fan to kind of get used to the pace of the business, that it moves this way now. But this was a fun couple of months leading into WrestleMania. Even though the story was Rock and Austin, that detour they took with Mankind. Teddy Long has got an ice bath out there. They got a stretcher. Yeah, Foley probably just wants some cold water. Look at fucking Rock. Get out of there. Look at Dave Hebner showing up. Just speak at the devil. Just mentioned you, Dave. I don't think pointing at Rock and saying, hey, don't do that is... You need to be calling security. Yeah, they suspended Danny Davis, but not Earl Hebner. True. I kind of hope it is Bengals and Niners, Tatanani, because I remember watching that Super Bowl as a kid. It was the first Super Bowl I spent in North Carolina, 88. And I think it was Bengals and Niners. And Niners won. Oh, that game's over. I didn't realize the game's over. Good. So San Francisco beats Dallas. Dallas is out. And it's going to be Philly and Niners. It's a pretty good Final Four, to be honest. We got KC and Cincy and Philly now in San Francisco. That's not terrible. We'll get a good matchup out of that. I think Philly, KC would be fun. I don't think it necessarily cheapened the titles. I think it would have cheapened the titles if they did this shit in the 80s, but we were now at a time where the business moved a lot faster than it did in the 80s, so it's not the same thing. So that's what I had to understand as a fan. At the time, I thought, I'm like, whoa, this is so crazy, but the reason it was crazy is because we were in crazy times. That's why you were seeing this stuff. I think the WWE title has always maintained its importance. Not every title history is perfect, and there's been mishaps along the way, like any title. But overall, great men have held that title. And a lot of those frequent title changes were fun and entertaining. And that's what wrestling is supposed to do. It's supposed to entertain you. And you have to learn, like I did, to balance, preserving the respect of the business with also wanting to be entertained, not trying to be such a tight ass. It's like, oh, I don't want the titles to change hands so frequently. Well, then we wouldn't have gotten all these great moments between Rock and Mankind. So if you didn't want that, then you wouldn't have had these memories. So it's like, it's a give and take. But I'm usually a pretty big stickler for like title histories and lineages and stuff. I like those to be consistent and without too many interims and too many vacants and too many belt rebrandings and undisputed and unifying and ununifying. I think that really just gums it up, and I don't like it. I kind of think it's effed up based on the business that WWE was doing at this time, that Vince is only offering $100,000. I'm like, bro, I'm going to need $350 if you want me to take out Austin. Oh, yeah, the Buried Alive match. Yeah, this, I remember, again, as somebody that would sometimes be known at this age to complain about WWE doing non-traditional things. When they were brawling in the bathroom, right? Doesn't Austin or Vince leave, and then Austin chases him, and we've got footage from the bathroom and all over the arena and stuff. And then Vince is like sitting on commentary. I'm like, this is too much. This is too much for me. Gilbert, was Paul White already signed at this point? I would say probably, yeah. Because he would debut at Valentine's Day. But I also don't know. I guess I can look it up in 2 seconds here. What's the date? What's the date on this here Rumble? January 24th. Yeah, Paul White probably was signed because this was only 20 days before he debuted. So if he wasn't signed, it was at least understood that he was coming in. For sure. And as a fan, we knew that. We knew late 98 that Giant was leaving WCW. You could tell. He was losing and shit. And lots of people were talking about it. So he does what? He does donuts? Oh my God. Oh my God. They love to have Austin driving this shit. I've never done, like, I don't even know how to execute. I wouldn't even know how to do a donut in a parking lot. I wouldn't even know the proper way to do it, what you're supposed to do. And I would have no reason to do one. I'm going to take my fucking Civic out there and doing donuts. No, that's not Greg. You're not going to see Greg doing that. Oh, we're going to miss the 10-10-220 commercial. That sucks. There it is, 10-10-220. Some of y'all will never understand what it was like to have regular old phones back in the day. And all of the long-distance charges that would come with everything you did. More bad colon placement. That guy was drunk 3-65. I'm like, I think it's... I guess he was right. No, he had 35-6. He had it wrong, whatever it was. Lawler telling Howard to wrap it up. Does not constitute elimination. What a blowhard. Shut up, Lawler. Howard is way cooler than you. Jesus, Lawler, get off. Howard's back, dick. Oh, he's number one. I forgot he's number one. I never used 1-800-COLLECT because I never had to call anyone collect. If I had to call someone long distance, I just called them long distance. Funny thing, this is how great my memory is and how old I am. Funny thing about 10-10-220, I remember originally when it started, it was 10-220. And they would run the commercials for 10-220, and then for some reason it changed to 10-10-220. And I don't know how that would even work and how they made money off that to advertise the way they did. I guess by typing in 10-10-220, it somehow dials you into their network, which will absorb all of your charges for the phone call you make, and then you then pay them a fee for it. But that's technology that I don't understand. But that's my take. Here comes Vince. Look at Vince as jacked, 53 years old. Younger than a lot of people. Gold Standard in the house. What's up, dude? Good to see you, Ross. Cowboys game's over. They're out. Michael Cuomo, good to see you, man. Shoot, brother, chiming in. Thanks for being here, dude. In the World of Wrestling magazine, December 98, said Paul White was signed and Jericho was all getting ready to sign as well. I should see who's on. Do you know who's on the cover of that, Michael? Because I'm wondering if I have it. I've put all my magazines on YouTube. There's like a compilation. There's like a 4-minute video of my magazines. Of just me sped up, showing them all. I have no idea if that's in there or not. But I have a lot of anything from that time period. I probably have the magazine. Comments from me. You might be right. I think this drawing might be rigged against Austin. It might be some shenanigans going on. Conspiracy. Austin just stomping him to shit. I do like that we got basically a one-on-one match here between these two guys. I mean, it's been a year of this shit between them. Just having Vince still with his Vince hair and like being in there as a wrestler is just so bizarre. And again, as a fan at the time, the only people my age might understand this, but how crazy, if you are my age, you have to agree with me that this was bonkers to see Vince in the ring. Like, it's just not something that I thought would ever happen. I never even knew what Vince's body even looked like. I mean, I knew the dude was in shape, but I mean, I had no idea like how athletic he would or would not be. And it was just weird to see him in this way. Check out John Tenta. Holy shit. This is kind of cool. Vince McMahon in Earthquake and Stone Cold Steve Austin in a triple threat match. Oh, they have dubbed over this Oddities theme, haven't they? Haven't they? Unbelievable. I guess maybe Insane Clown Posse owns that. You can tell it's so cool just to see. I was happy he was back in WWE, even with a ridiculous gimmick, and he was out in 5 seconds. Oh, son of a bitch. Well, goodbye, Golga. And now Vince is bailing. He's like, see you later. Look at Vince isn't scared. He'll just walk right up through the humanoids and right into the men's restroom. Holy shit, speaking of restrooms, when I was at Dynamite a couple weeks ago at the LA Forum, I've never been to the Forum before. The bathrooms are gnarly. You got to go like underneath. So like you go down to your seat and then you go to the bathroom entrance, but you go downstairs. And the entire bathroom down there, the trough of the piss pit of all these disgusting fuckers all pissing next to each other. Oh, here comes the LOD. And just being down in that basement, and then you have to come out, you know, go up the stairs to get out and stuff. I'm like, I wonder if back in the day, like, seems like a hell of a place for a fight to break out, you know? I'm like, I'd hate to be caught down there when two dudes are trying to kill each other. You can get viciously injured. It was just not a fun bathroom to be in. I'm like, I don't like this. I'm getting out of here. Oh, Draws. Draws is in there all by himself. Draws is the winner. Draws was in good shape, too. Like, I wonder, like, what kind of a career he would have had it not been for that horrible accident that happened to him. I always really admired Draws because I think that what happened to him was so shitty. And he really always just remained cool about it, you know? Like, the guilt that D'Lo must have felt and all that stuff. Like, Draws, he obviously was given quite the settlement by WWE, but he never seemed to really go through life bitter and accepted his circumstances. And even though they were horrible, he just, this is what life dealt me, and I'm going to do my best to remain positive through it. And it's pretty incredible. And also really sad. Because with an attitude like that, a guy like that deserves to have a good life and to succeed. And, you know, we got Edge and Draws in there. Very cool. Because had he not gotten injured, you definitely would have seen Droz repackages, and he would have done other stuff. Possibly been involved in tag teams. And especially if he would have made it into the year 2000, because even when he got injured, Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, and Edge and Christian really weren't on the map yet. Edge and Christian and Hardys were just about to have that match at No Mercy. Dudley's had just come in, and you put Droz with someone else around that time, he might have been able to find a way to get over, like how Christian and Edge's personalities came out in that team. Droz could have found a lot of that. He could have found what worked for him in the year 2000. Because a lot of guys were doing that. They were finding something that connected and then running with it, and it was working. Oh, here comes Gilbert. Oh, shit. Droz and Edge are in trouble now. Ow, ow, fuck. Damn, the stupid sparklers. Those things hurt, man. Yeah, those sparklers suck. Ah. Yeah. I can't tell if they've dubbed this or if this is actually just WWE's bullshit. No, I think this is it. This is the real Gilbert team. I remember when Goldberg signed with WWE. Before he even debuted, I said out loud, oh, that's it. Edge got rid of him. I was like, they're going to do something with Gilbert. Because Dwayne Gill will be down. He'll be down to do it. Oh, the entire corporation has laid out Austin in the ladies' room. Well, at least he's in there. And as a restaurant manager, long time of 30 years, I can tell you, if you think women's restrooms are less gross than men's, you would be wrong. They are not. They're fucking just as gross as us. Gilbert, didn't Fight Club come out in 99? I don't know. I follow its only rule. Or its first rule. Apparently you don't. Yeah, it was a rock concert. Yeah, they got to him early. I knew they'd get to it. I was like, they got to address this. It would have been cool if, like, Hall and Nash got to confront fake Diesel and Razor. I mean, Nash and Kane mixed it up a couple times in 2002 in WWE, but that would have been funny. Oh, and don't get me wrong, men are nasty. Men are a lot less considerate than women. And when in our bathrooms, these fucking morons, they'll piss on all over the toilet. They don't care. And that's annoying too. Throw shit on the floor. We pay a guy to clean our bathrooms every morning. He comes in 5 a.m. He's got a key. Comes in. Nobody sees him. I've been there 12 years. I've met him twice. I tape a check to the office door once a week for him. And he comes in, takes his check, cleans up the whole fucking restaurant every day. And by the time we get in there and open the place up, the bathrooms are sparkling clean. Arturo, you're the man. Oh, yeah, Severn. I always like Dan Severn's theme. It's underrated. I liked it on the same level that I liked a Cactus Jack. Another random kind of underrated like mid-90s theme. Justin Hawk Bradshaw isn't bad. I always thought that it was okay. There's Dave Hebner back out there again, taking care of business. This was the Nate Dogg. This was the Rumble that Dan Severn threatened to shoot and eliminate people in the Rumble. I don't know if I remember that story. I hope it's true. I hope he did tell people, I'm going to fucking win this thing on my own. Nobody can stop me. We got Blackman and Severn in the near and over Draws and Edge over there in the end. They're both teetering. Now they're both in. All right, who's out next? 5 more seconds. And Tiger Ali Singh. Jesus Christ. He's the elitist who does not like America. He's one of them. I don't know when they officially let Jim Johnson go. I don't recall when that happened. But without Jim Johnson, I don't know how big of a wrestling fan I would have been. And back in those teenage years, you're very impressionable in those years and things stick with you. And I guess I was like 18 when Full Metal came out. And I'm like, these songs are great. They tried some things with Tiger Ali Singh, and he hung around there for a little while, right? They had him with D-Lo for a while, and they put him in that ridiculous gimmick. But I think they signed him like back in '97. And there goes, nope. I mean, Droz is a football player. Severn's an MMA star. Blackman's a martial artist. Edge is just sexy. So there's just a lot of good stuff in that ring right now. Tiger is just Tiger. Oh, and now we have the meanie. So speaking of sexy, and his shirt has to be that short, doesn't it? Yeah, Volume 3 is the best CD. I have about 4 copies of that, including one that's still unopened that I just bought for the heck of it. When I went to WrestleMania a couple months later in Philly, when we were leaving the building after the show, getting back to our car, there was a WWF The Music flyer like on my windshield advertising it. So I guess it wasn't out yet then or something, but I just remember thinking like, oh, I'll get it, don't worry. And I did. The Blue Meanie. Yeah, I kind of forgot Blue Meanie was in '99. Blue Meanie and Draws. That's an interesting pairing over there. Who was Blue Meanie? Who is this? Oh, no. Oh, I know who it is. It's Macho Man. Because he cost Warrior the title, so he's too chicken shit to come out. Or it could be Bastion Booger, who got a little sick. Oh, it's Mabel. Oh, it's Mabel. Never mind. Is this when he re-debuted? Because they're calling him Mabel. Mabel. So he wasn't even Viscera yet. Oh, yeah, because the ministry hadn't started yet. So Mabel is back. They should have had him come out to his Men on the Mission shit. I guess he couldn't wear that loud yellow and purple, whoop, there it is outfit. If I was a guy the size of Mabel, I would be hot as shit doing anything physical in whatever the fuck he's wearing. Oh my God, he just got rid of Severn and Blackman. Get rid of Singh too. Fuck him. Goodbye. This has got to be Mabel's, I'd say, fourth Rumble, maybe third. The roadie. Edge and Rhodey going at it. I don't know what number we're up to now. We got to be like 10, 12. Oh, Edge is out. We got Rhodey and Mabel in here. Lights out. Oh, it is Undertaker. Is he in this? That's right. The ministry shit was just kicking off. He was just starting to be a fucking wacko, right? Blah, 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 whatever the fuck. Who's here? Oh, it's the Acolytes. And they're going, oh, they're gonna kidnap, they're gonna transform him into Viscera. Undertaker and Mabel, they go way back. I wore a mask because of you. An idiotic looking mask. All because of you. So you will now be my henchman. I'm going to change your name too. I did think this was cool because of their history. Like, that was a good use of Mabel, you know, because I just don't think he was going to be really a big babyface contender or even, you know, a big heel challenger for the champion, because he'd already done that and he didn't do it he wasn't very over when he did. But bringing him back now with the, you know, after the feud he had with The Undertaker 4 years before this, was a cool callback. Knowing that if you could know in 1995 that these two would actually be stablemates a few years later, it would be kind of a cool effect. All right, Rhodey's by himself. And here comes Gangrel. I do like how people do double duty. I think it should always be that way. These days, I think there's like too many spots, or there's too many roster members, so double duty's a little bit less, but WWE's booking can be questionable sometimes. In 1995, one of the worst Rumbles ever and the weakest 30-man field that they've ever had, bar none. It's so bad. But they had good stars on the undercard, and I'm like, why did none of those guys work the Rumble? You had Bam Bam. You had 1, 2, 3 Kid. Oh, you had Undertaker. And I guess because back then they couldn't put Undertaker in the match, because if they did, he should win it, and he wasn't planned to win it, so they need to keep him out of the match. But then they would need an explanation to keep him out of the match. So they just put everybody in previous matches and didn't allow them to work the Rumble, and that way they didn't have to explain it. And it really weakened and cheapened that Royal Rumble, all because of the Undertaker factor in my mind. More bullshit oddity dubbing. Gangrel got eliminated by Road Dogg. Now Gangrel is in there with a helmet of some kind. Looking like an English Bobby. Kurgan. Yeah, sock sniff. We talked about that last week. Razor Ramon was shockingly never in a Rumble match. Technically, he was in 2. He was the fake Razor was in 97, and last week when we watched 96, Razor chased the 1-2-3 Kid into the ring during the Royal Rumble match and got in the ring. So he was in the ring during a Royal Rumble match, which means he was in the Royal Rumble match. So I think that counts. So your fact is only half right. They got him? No. Come on. You're just going to take more than Al Snow and Rhodey. Come on. I want Kurgan to stay in there a little longer. I find myself pulling way too hard for him just then. Yeah, leave Cassidy and Head. I always thought the Al Snow Head shit was way more over in ECW. It didn't really connect in WWE the same way, and he's already out. ECW was the better environment for that type of sexual innuendos and stuff, because everybody got head and it was funny, haha. But then when you put it on WWE stage, it just gets overdone. Like, I like that moment of all those styrofoam heads in the ECW arena when they're all just doing the thing. Like, how cool that looked in that environment, you know? It's hard to replicate that type of stuff in WWE's world. Here comes Goldie. So Goldust, he was... Okay, no, we're only in 99. Okay, we're good. He had not left WWE yet. But he would pretty soon. This would have been 98. He had already done he'd already shed Goldust and went into the Dustin thing for a little while. And then he did the whole he is coming back, and then he was Goldust again. And then he would get really crazy in 98. I'm trying to think when Goldust left WWE. Had to have been this year, right? 99? I don't recall seeing him after WrestleMania. Or very many times after WrestleMania, that is. Oh. Shattered Dreams. Oh, no. April or May, says Donnie Patty. Thank you for that. Oh, it's the Godfather. We'll see him tomorrow night on our Raw XXX watch-along. Or live reaction. I feel like if I'm watching a live show, I call it a live reaction. But if I'm watching something like this, I call it a watch-along. But I think in my thumbnail for tomorrow's Raw, I have watch-along on there. So I just need to make up my mind. I did like Godfather's theme. It was another really good theme. Number 17, thank you. Yeah, Barry, I think you're right. Goldust becomes 7 some point in 99. I remember when he debuted and cut the promo on Nitro and that whole deal. It's come a long way from Nation of Domination and Truth Commission for a couple of these guys. Don't forget, Dustin wrestled all the way back at Royal Rumble 1991, which we watched, I think, 2 weeks ago, losing to Ted DiBiase and Virgil. Don't waste the call. Oh, lights are out again. Now who? Oh, Kane. Kane. I forgot about Kane. One of my favorite entrances back then. It was like the first couple of years of Kane. I saw Kane wrestle like just a month after he debuted. Or I guess he wasn't even wrestling then. He was just coming out beating the shit out of people. Bye, Road Dogg. Bye, Kurgan. Oh, who waxes melon on the way out. Goodbye, Godfather. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Kane's just cleaning house. He was such a stud. Oh, no, here come the crazy people. Yeah, good. They obviously read his Twitter. They should be coming after him. Fucking guy's lost his marbles. Oh, he did. He eliminated himself. Okay, see, here's another one of those funny rule things. Because Macho Man Randy Savage eliminated himself in 1992 and was allowed back in the ring because, as Gorilla Monsoon described it, somebody has to propel you over the top rope. You have to be hurled over the top rope by someone else for it to count. And that didn't happen here with Kane. It didn't happen in 89 with Andre the Giant either. This company needs to get its Royal Rumble rules straight. Oh, Vince is here. Here's Vince. Now he's going through the ropes, and now Cole is trying to explain a rule, make sure we understand it when it's already been wishy-washy. So Vince is in the ring. He steps through the ropes, which means he's not eliminated. It's well within the rules to do that. I mean, it's so stupid, too. I mean, I'm glad that they don't have a rule in place because it allows for wacky shit like this, but you would think that they would have a rule in place that says, hey, if you powder out of the ring and just get out of there, you're not allowed just to go through the middle rope and sit on the outside and sit there. If you voluntarily leave the ring, you disqualify yourself. That's all they have to do. If you're thrown out by no fault of your own, no problem. Then you got 60 seconds or 30 seconds or maybe just the standard 10 count. How about that? You get the standard 10 count to get back in the ring. But then that would add a handcuff to the Royal Rumble, and so I understand why they don't do it. But continuity errors are everywhere in TV and movies and entertainment, so why not wrestling? Oh, here comes Billy, 1 Foot Billy. He's a very good skipper. Graceful. Ooh, I love that he's coming after. I feel like Billy's going to eliminate Kenny. That's generally how something like this will go with heel and babyface math. I think 2 minutes is too long for being away from the ring. Hell, you get disqualified in a regular match for being gone for 10 seconds. So I think that time frame should remain 10 seconds. Or a count of 10. A count of 10 is about a minute anyway. Comments for me, I'm starting to think wrestling is a work. I'm surprised you know what the word work means, but you don't know whether or not wrestling is one or not. That's really incredible. Oh, sock and sniff. I remember. Sock sniff, sorry. Sock and sniff. I remember the rumors of a green cane suit. And a couple of me and my friends were convinced we were going to see it. We were like, oh, they're definitely going to bring out the green cane suit. He's going to be the fucking evil Jolly Green Giant. I was terrified. I was so glad that thing never happened and it was just a rumor. Okay, they got Midian in the parking garage. They're going to put him in a hearse. Or, I'm sorry, Mabel. Then it's the Acolytes, Midian, and Taker, as he is currently in the process of forming his ministry, even if it means kidnapping Mabel to take him to God knows where. We got an ambulance coming for Vince because Austin likes to drive those. And when he thought he ended him in the bathroom the way he did, Austin said, I'm going to leave the hospital and I'll take the first automobile I see, which just happens to be an ambulance. Now, again, you would think if you leave the arena during the Royal Rumble match, even though you weren't thrown over the top rope, if you leave and go several miles away, I think you should just kind of be disqualified by that point. He's coming out when the buzzer goes down, too. Oh, it's weird to see him coming out to Boss Man's theme like that. Yeah, it's because that was poorly timed. Because they timed Austin's return with Boss Man entering the Rumble. That just didn't work out. Shamrock intercepts him. Shamrock and Austin, they got some history. Austin eliminates him. I'm glad that I'm not the only one that thought that was just off. They should have thought that through better. Or if when Austin was coming back through, producers should have been like, hang back a minute, wait till Boss Man comes out and then come out. Oh, yeah, we knew, Barry, that there was never going to be a green suit, but not at the time. At the time, that rumor was going around. And at that time, it was, a lot harder to verify things because now it's easy. But back then, it was a rumor that not only was making the rounds, but seemed plausible based on who WWE was at that time. It was not a crazy far-fetched rumor. It's definitely within the boundaries of something they would do. Absolutely. So I was basically just hoping that it was untrue, and luckily it was. So it was a good news thing. It was positive. We were all very happy that no green cane suit ever made TV, but it was rumored, it was talked about, fans discussed it, and it was a thing, for real. But years later, we learned the cane suit was never a thing. It was just a rumor, but it was a strong one. Glad to see Triple H in there back after his injury. This is the end. We're watching the very close to the end of babyface DX Triple H. You could even tell when he came back after the knee injury that there was a slight disconnect with the rest of DX, or something was going on. They didn't seem like the same DX they were in the summer of '98. Oh. Billy and Austin. That didn't look good, Steve. That was terrible. Val Venus. It's so weird. Like, Val Venus became a really, really crazy person, like on social media, one of those QAnon fuckers or whatever. And he's nuts. But then he does this recent shoot interview and just basically really confines it to wrestling. It was really good. I watched a few clips of it, and because he's somebody who probably has pretty cool stories of the Attitude Era and being in the locker room and on the road at this time and knowing and developing relationships with a lot of these stars. And he had a lot of great things to say. And I was glad that whoever conducted the interview with him, he just kept it all wrestling. Like, he didn't come off like the crazy person that he seemed to be on social media and stuff. And Billy is gone. Big bump by Billy. But I don't recall what channel or who was the one that conducted the interview, but it was really good. It was one of the better ones I've seen recently. There you go. Who's next? X-Pac. And we know that number 30, I believe, is China, right? They did that on Raw. I'd love to cut the check to X-Pac. Vince, you already did a couple years ago. How surreal is it to hear Vince on commentary in '99? But now his job isn't to tell the story. It's to be Vince. He literally has to sit there as a character and allow Cole and Lawler to take the lead. I wonder how that was for him. Surprised, like, just instinctively he didn't try to take control of commentary, you know? Trailer working over Boss Man, or working over Triple H. Stone Cold and X-Pac mixing it up. Ooh. Ooh, it's sexual, baby. Yeah, it's the next night on Raw. She turns on them, right? Yep. How did that happen? Was it, what match am I remembering? Didn't Triple H and Rock do an I Quit match? And then they threatened to hurt Chyna, and Triple H said, fine, I quit. And is that the same match that Chyna turned in? Am I remembering that right? Big sexual chocolate. That's a lot of sexual chocolate. There are no friends in this match. Got it. Chris Miner, appreciate the $2. I think we'll see Rhea in the men's rumble this year. I think we should. They should reserve a spot for her, yes. You know, that one year they did the 40-man rumble. I almost think you could probably get away with it now with everybody that you have on the roster, but 30 is probably a good number to keep it at. Jeff Jarrett, who we all owe a massive apology to, who debuts in AEW. I think all of us were like, what the fuck do they need him for? Dude has been stellar. Because he's a pro. He knows what he's doing. All the shit they've been doing has been super entertaining.
And here's Jarrett now hammering away and test from behind. Come on, Jeff, go in and get Stone Cold. Keep in mind,
27 we're at already.
enter the rumble, the fresher you are, the better chance you have to win.
Vince has got to be starting to sweat here a little bit. Because the idea here, I guess, is that if Austin wins this thing, then he's got Vince again one-on-one, and Vince will have to get in the ring. But, I mean, I'm surprised the next year at the Rumble, the first guy that entered didn't go step through the ropes, hop off the apron, go sit next to Jim Ross and Lawler, put a headset on, and just do commentary for the whole match. And then when he felt like getting in, he did. Apparently, it's not against the rules. But then again, Vince does tend to change the rules as he goes, not only as the character in the Attitude Era, but in real life 2023. Oh, D'Lo. Who's he got? He's got Jackie and Terry? Okay. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, the whole miscarriage thing. She blamed D'Lo. Look at it. Gee, is Terry... What's going on over there? I didn't really love that version of his theme, though. I liked it when we weren't ready for the real deal now. I know. Jeff Jarrett does get a lot of hate. Jeff Jarrett was really never one of my favorites, but I'm also not going to be stupid and pretend that the work he is doing isn't entertaining. It is, at least if he's going to be there and they're going to stick him out on TV. He doesn't suck ass. But yeah, overall, though, I'm with you. Jeff has never been on my list of favorite wrestlers. Yeah, Ken. Okay, I was not alone. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm like, what's look. Y'all, look. Jeff, look at Austin and Jarrett working together. Yes. As close as you're ever going to get to working with Austin, Jarrett. Oh, he took him down. Knocking the bejesus out of Jarrett. Jarrett did the Broken Skull podcast, and there goes Jarrett. Owen. Enough is enough. Our last 5 months of Owen. Going after Austin. I don't care.
Like that's what they want to do. Oh no, it's Triple H now. And he's sticking his big nose in there because he wants the money. Oh, and Austin now. Austin every once in a while. Here he comes.
Here he comes. I was about to say, because we're at number 29, so I know number 30 is China, and she comes out, in a very dramatic way. I thought Vince was in the ring by that point, but maybe not. Oh, maybe not. Maybe she just comes out. Oh, I'm thinking of when she won that little mini Rumble when she eliminated Vince. That was on Raw. Are you okay, Mr. McMahon? Are you okay, Mr. McMahon? Break it down. Here she comes. What a great nickname for her. Ninth Wonder of the World. That was so perfect. It's just a cool thing that kind of only wrestling fans get. Yeah. Jeff has eaten a few stunners, has he? I don't remember the fully loaded one, though. What year is that? 99? Oh. Sweet Jesus. Oh, no. Austin and China revisited. Oh. Oh, Triple H did not like that. He's like, hey, I still kind of like her. All Mark wanted was a date with China. He would get one. China had good chemistry with her TV. She had more chemistry with her TV love interest than she did really with Triple H, I think. But the Mark Henry stuff was great. The Eddie stuff was great. Okay, fully loaded 99 Jarrett's IC title match. Stunner. Triple H is out. Can't believe Triple H and Owen and Austin all in there. Or they were. Okay, Austin was just in a rage that day or something? That was before the first blood match, right? Oh, that's right. So, this is an interesting final five in Rumble history. We got Boss Man and Owen, D'Lo and Austin, and Vince. At this point, you already know it's going to be either Vince or Austin because you know it's not going to be D'Lo, Owen, or Boss Man. So this is why I've always said this is not actually one of my favorite Rumbles. I didn't really think it was that great. I didn't think 98 was good either. I think there was a 4-year gap. I mean, 97 was pretty good. 95 and 96, some Rumbles were not good. 95, 96 were not good. 97 was pretty good. 98 was bad in my opinion. 99 was bad in my opinion. 2000 was bad in my opinion. And then 2001, they got it right. Then they started getting better after that, consistently, with a few duds here and there. But for the most part, they weren't flat like this feels. Especially when the whole title shot thing was undone immediately. The next night on Raw, Shawn undoes it. But then they booked the Valentine's Day Massacre match, which then gives Austin the right. But you could have just had Austin win the Rumble for the third time in a row, and then Vince make Austin put the title shot on the line in the cage match. But they went the other way with it. Maybe 3 in a row would have been much for Austin, but... Oh. Hey, comments. I agree with you there. Mr. Perfect should have won the 1990 Royal Rumble because Austin eliminates Owen. Because Hogan and Warrior should have canceled each other out. They should have eliminated each other. Should have done a spot like that. But, you got to keep Hogan's ego in check. So if he's going to go into Mania and do the job, you got to give him the Rumble win. But it would have made more sense for them to be battling and somehow eliminate each other. And then Mr. Perfect winds up winning in the end. Oh, there goes D'Lo after the frog splash on Austin, which is great. It's Austin and Boss Man stunner to Boss. Oh, and there goes Boss Man all the way over. Austin should win here, but now it's down to him and Vince. So just like in 95, Shawn and Davey started and they finished. I don't know how many times that's happened, 1 and 2, there at the end. But those are the 2 years that come to mind. And there goes Vince. Why did Austin dive over the table? He could have just walked around and got to him. He's going to drag Vince in. Huh. Oh, they're going to go back in the crowd? I can't believe Vince was legally allowed to sit out there like that all that time. Homeboy's 53 in this match. He's got to be stiff sitting there. Now he's got to go and take bumps. No stretching. He's got a chair to Vince. Oh, man, I don't know, JJ. What number will this year's winner come in at this year's Rumble? Vince took a chair shot to the head right in his Levi's, his black Levi jeans. What number? It's usually a late number, but I think this year we could possibly have an early number, like a Cody. It would be cool to see Cody come in and outlast everyone, especially with big returns in there, and he somehow still is able to outlast that. But I think that's unlikely. I think there's too much stuff going on. So I'm going to go number 19 will win the Rumble. But you're going to have to remember that because I'm not going to remember. And then if that turns out to be right, you're going to have to tweet me or something and say, yo, Greg, you said 19 was going to be the winner. And then you have to remind me that I said it in this watch-along and let me know what time of the watch-along I said it so I can then come in, crop it out, post it to social media, and brag about what a genius I am. Homework assignment for JJ if I turn out to be right. Stunner. Way better than the one we saw Vince take last year. And that's it. He's got Vince dead to rights. Oh, here comes... I forgot Rocky comes down with the belt and his chain. How many buttons do you need to button down? Or unbutton? And I knew what they were doing as soon as this fucker came out there. I'm like, this is going to be 1992 all over again. And it's going to be Vince, just like Flair coming behind Sid. It's going to be Vince coming behind Austin. Like, and this is so stupid. None of this makes any sense either. How long it's taken. There we go, finally. And now we've got Mr. McMahon against The Rock at WrestleMania. What a match that's going to be. Who y'all got? You know, Austin, there is this thing called karma. And back in 1997, I don't know if you remember, but your ass got eliminated and the referees didn't see it. And you jumped back in the ring and eliminated a whole bunch of people illegally, and you won the Royal Rumble. So this is payback for that. Just call Rock Flex Carmana. I would not hate a world where The Rock owns or runs WWE. I wouldn't at all. It's like Rock goes off to Hollywood. He's always had that rivalry with Triple H. Look at Vince. Goes off to Hollywood, makes it a big star, and Triple H is like, well, I can't be a big Hollywood star, but I can do the next best thing and be the most powerful man in wrestling, which he was on the doorstep of becoming. And then Rock's like, oh yeah, well, I'll just become a big enough movie star to buy your company and be your boss. Talk about the ultimate game of one-upsmanship. Holy shit. Think of where they were in the beginning stages of Nation of Domination and DX and where they are now. And there it is, the official announcement from Howard. Vince, Shane, very, very happy Gerald Briscoe with his classic arms over the head pose. And Pat Patterson. And he's going to WrestleMania. Let's hope he's not really going to WrestleMania. I don't want to be in the same building. Cold beers, celebrate. Pat, of course, Pat's going to drop that. Gerald, give Gerald one. I love that this is who Vince's friends are. His obnoxious kid. And two old dudes. Ain't you got no bitches? Imagine the writer's room when somebody says, how about we have Vince win the Rumble? Well, it obviously came up. Vince won the WWE title. He's won the Rumble. What else has he done? He won the ECW title, didn't he? It is actually kind of funny that Vince was never... I guess it makes sense. Vince doesn't like tag team wrestling, but it kind of would have been cool if like him and Shane were tag champs for a week. Yeah, The Rock is... XFL relaunches this year, right? Vince, Shane, I don't think that motion looks like what you think it looks like. All right, that is the end. Are we going to get a video package? Nice. The good old classic Rumble video package. Let's bask. Bossman over Road Dogg. Ken Shamrock and Billy Gunn ending in a tap out by Billy. Shamrock retains. Mankind, The Rock, I Quit match, WWE title. Bumps O'Plenty by Foley. Knocks out the power to the arena. Handcuffed by The Rock. And slammed, spiked, and hammered and chunked with that chair. Until he is brained in the aisleway. And Rock doctors the audio to win the championship. Gangrel. European title shot against X-Pac. Good match. Most exciting match on the card up until that point. But X-Pac retains. Luna and Sable in a strap match. Didn't even remember this match taking place. Tori makes her debut. Helps Sable win. Welcome to the WWF, Tori. Austin and Vince kick off the Rumble. Vince coming out looking jacked. Oh my God. Austin whips his ass. They're in the audience. They're brawling in the concession area. They're in the bathrooms. They're in the shitter. And in comes the corporation. They jump Austin. He's down, laid out, flat out on his face in the men's room. Taken away by the ambulance. And off to the hospital. Vince sits in on commentary like the good old days. Vince commandeers an ambulance and drives back to the arena, comes out to the Big Boss Man's music, cleans house, slaps around Jeff Jarrett. Chyna comes out, eliminates Mark Henry. No sexual chocolate today. Out goes Chyna. Eventually, once all the dust settles, it's Vince and Austin. Classic Austin moves. Rock comes out to distract Austin, and Vince, just like Flair in 92, steals a victory and now owns a championship match at WrestleMania as he disgustingly chugs beer with his gross little kid and the greatest human to ever live, Gerald Briscoe, and the second greatest human to ever live, Pat Patterson. What a disgrace. Anyway, that's your Royal Rumble in a nutshell. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out tonight, watching Royal Rumble 1999. We're going to be back 24 hours from now, tomorrow. Actually, we'll just be wrapping shit up 24 hours from now. We're going to watch Raw 30. Raw is XXX. All sorts of legends planned for the show. We got Theory, Bobby Lashley for the U.S. title. I predict a Brock Lesnar interference in that match, costing Lashley the match, and maybe setting up, like somebody suggested yesterday, a Hell in the Cell match between Brock and Lashley at the Royal Rumble. That would be awesome. We have Bayley and Becky in a cage. Lita's the ref for that. And we got Triple H, Shawn, Taker, Hogan, Flair, X-Pac, Road Dogg, Medusa, all sorts of people scheduled for Raw tomorrow. And we have the big tribal court for Sami Zayn. So hopefully we see some big shit going down tomorrow night. They are potentially setting up for a big angle happening, and hopefully it does, because I think that would be fun if we got a really awesome Raw leading up to Royal Rumble and, building some of these matches and issues. So thanks so much for being here. You guys take care. I'm just going to scroll up to make sure I didn't forget any supers or anything like that. I think we're good. Appreciate it as always, guys. I will catch you tomorrow night for Raw. It's going to be fun. I'm looking very forward to it, and I will see you in just a bit. Peace.